but he was
Yeah.
not gonna give you now experience. See, I think he only gave one, and no, that wasn't even really like, yeah, no.
Nah. Not the way we be going in, like, nah, he wasn't giving us nothing. I'll be
He's,
trying to remember stuff. I'll be taking notes while I'm in the trip session. I'm in there looking at stuff like, what's this?
I think he was
To
gonna
come
do
back
it
and be like,
on the
yo.
next one. He was gonna do it on the next one. He was like, okay, on the next slide, because he was like, he didn't know if we was experienced or anything.
I know. I know.
He
It's
really
crazy though.
know.
He was laughing with us too. He was feeling right at home with us, man. We was talking
Yeah.
about all kinds of shit, man. He was like true, like it was dope, man. I think that he would have laughed at us, man. We would have had another one. He would have been laughing, man. That dude's a funny dude. He would have given us more knowledge. We would have pulled the knowledge out of him. You feel me? Like asking him the right questions, man. That's all he needed, man. Motherfuckers to
Yeah.
ask him the right thing because he knew how to get up there to people who didn't know how to ask questions and give them all the answers they need. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
It's like so. It's like, God damn. We want to ask you some in between questions, man. Shit, you talking?
Yeah. He
Oh,
was.
you talk about you take a dose and you see the Egyptian hieroglyphs. If you take a light dose, you see the hieroglyphs move. You take a medium dose, the hieroglyphs come off the wall. You take a heavy dose, you go into the wall with the hieroglyphs and go back in time. So, what the fuck did you see, Clinty?
I ain't telling you.
So, God damn, man. He's like, I believe that the uh, what's them dudes? The Atlantis, the people of Atlantis, Lemuria, and all those motherfuckers are still around. They still here. They just shrunk down to the microverse, just like Ant Man shit he was talking back then. Like just like Ant Man, he's like the intelligence level is to go shrink down and to do this so that your resources can be infinite. You're like a fucking you could shrink down New York City smaller than an apple so that that apple can feed the whole New York City. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck? That's and after he said that, just like when we have trip reports and we talk deep stuff, we have conversations like this, then you see it on TV. After Kalindi says shit like that to us, then we go and they make that movie Downsize, where the humans figured out how to downsize shit to shrink down things and objects and shit into crazy shit and to grow stuff makes it big. Like you know what I mean? The whole thing that he was talking about that Lemurians and the
Yeah.
Atlantic people did. They did in that movie Downsize. And in Ant-Man, when he shrunk down to the microverse, it's like, what the fuck, yo? This infinite inverse? Infinite like what the fuck? That seems more real than outer space. You know what I'm saying? Like for there to be worlds within worlds seems more real than to be worlds outside of this world. Like it seems like this interdimensional fucking rabbit hole type. Like when you look down at stuff, you look down at a flea, and the flea is so small. Then there's the slices that are smaller than the flea, and the fleas and stuff like that have microorganisms that are on its body that are similar to the flea on the dog's body. The flea has little microorganisms on his punk ass body that are micro, and those little tiny microorganisms on the flea that are doing the same thing that the flea does. They have veins in their body and stuff that they have organisms and things that are inside of them, inside of their stomach, parasites and shit like that. And it keeps going the rabbit hole further down, down, down. Like how far down is the infinite down? Because every organism that you go down into, it has a biological system inside of it. It has a, uh, you know what I mean? Like the things that help it heal, the things, all the stuff, the organisms that help it digest, all the fucking, all the way down the, and all those things that are helping us do that have their own, and it keeps going. How far does it go in? Like what the hell?
Until you get to the single cell organisms.
If
What's
and
that?
if the
One
single
D.
ones, then they say that there's more stuff beyond down there. There's plank length. There's this further down than them. Like
That's true.
it's like what, man? And
It's
that's
the
the type of
stuff
shit that
living
we.
on
Single
them.
cells consuming single cells.
Mhm. Mm. So crazy.
What is the smallest organism we even looked at?
The smallest thing we could see is the plank length. Um, and the plank length is, I think, the plank length of one plank length, I think is would be the equivalent of one tree on the entire planet. That's what's how small a plank length is compared to um a molecule like what was the smallest one?
Nose.
The smallest molecule that they found before, I forgot what it was called. That the Planck length is like one tree. That's how big the Planck length is compared to that on a whole planet with one tree on it. So you can't see the Planck length because you go so close that you see that one tree.
Smallest bacteria,
So and then they say that beyond the reason why they can't see
like
beyond the
see.
Planck length is because it's hard to make instruments to go further down.
It says these other things.
Smaller than the Planck length, what is?
Yeah, nanobees,
Well, I mean, if there is a Planck length, I mean, half a Planck length would be small.
nanobays.
So
Or-
if the Planck length is 10 to the negative 35 meters, that's a point with 34 zeros and then a
uh,
number.
yeah.
The size of an electron would be 10 trillion Planck lengths.
God damn.
Wow.
And that's the mic. That's where they was in the Ant-Man. Drink the goo. Drink the goo. Oh man. Oh man, drink the goo, man. God damn, why they had him
Drink
tied up
the
and they stuffed the
ooze.
goo in his mouth,
Hey,
man. God
that was
damn.
that last episode of Futurama I just seen, man. They did it like Dune. You seen that one, Ozo?
Nah.
They did it like Dune. They had to go into the little animal, like into his like fucking sandbox, and it was these worms he was getting, and then
Mm.
they was like saying, he was like he was gonna let the worms just knock him off, but then they went down further, and then it was like some little insects that was attacking the worms that had the worms doing something to Nibbler. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Mhm. Wow, man. Yo, I seen this. I don't know why I come across this shit. I guess it was meant to be for me to say right now. I researched and found these worm that is mad tiny that they was doing research on, fucking with genomic on the genome expressions to turn on and off certain switches on genes. So they was fucking with the gene called FOXPO, some FOX1PO. I don't know what the fuck, something like that. So they turned it on these worms. These worms, they're tiny and they look at them on the microscopes and they move around mad fast when they only live 1 week span. So if they live 1 week, that's the equivalence of a human living 100 years. They live 100 years in 1 week. You understand? So
Yeah,
they was watching these worms live for when they're 100 years old, and you could see as the week goes by, the days go by, you see this worm getting bigger and bigger and slower, and even getting wrinkly and even moving at a slow pace. And you see the little ones around, they moving mad fast, and the big fat ones are almost at their almost dead. They're in their 40s, 50s. You know what I'm saying? They're halfway through life, and then as they go, they see. So what they did was they turned on the Fox, whatever the fuck PO shit that is. It's like a factory inside the body that keeps the body flowing, keeps it young. So they showed that after a week they had worms that they turned on that switch, that genomic thing, whether they turned it on or off, I don't know, but they turned it on or whatever off, and this fucking worm lived past a week to fucking 2 weeks old, and this motherfucker was still, it was way bigger than everyone else and still moving around all aggressively and still doing this thing like it was young. So in sense they said that they fucking around with these genes. If they switch this gene, they could do this to a human. They could make a motherfucker live for 200 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking these tests that they do on genes and shit like that is to find out if they could switch on shit like that. And I don't know if it'll work on a like right now on us. If they took us to a lab and they did something to our genes, I don't know. They would have to use light. I don't know how they would have to blast us with something to switch our genes like that. But I think what they can do is switch it on a baby. when it's inside mom's uterus, they could do something to it to switch this shit on. And when that baby's born, that motherfucker gonna live mad long. So I don't know what's gonna happen if the motherfuckers. I think so. What happened with too? This was the odd thing too about it, that the worm didn't grow. It didn't slow down its growth. It grew normal. It grew normal all the way until it got to full grown. And then when it was full grown, it just stayed full grown. And it was like reminding me of the whole thing they talk about with vampires. Vampires grow like they like, you know what I mean. Whatever age you are, you stay that age type of shit. But it was different, almost like a vampire, but different. Like this motherfucker grew till he was fucking, 35, 40 years old, looking fucking young, and then it just stayed there. Boom, frozen in time. You don't age anymore. You just continue to get old and stay, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, y'all, wonder if they're feeding us on purpose things to suppress this, to make us live less time, because back in the day, supposedly the motherfuckers lived 600, 800 years. Maybe they figured out ways to stop motherfuckers from living so long and feeding us these chemicals and these things that are banned in other countries to do something. We are alchemy. We are a fucking container. So anything you put into this fucking vessel is a container that fucks around with our anatomy, our fucking all that shit. It's just crazy. They show that if you go somewhere to a certain environment, you getting stung by certain mosquitoes, you eating certain plants from the wild, you adapt, your genes change, everything. Your body's different. You're part of that environment. Then when you go and you have kids after doing this shit, they're born with this shit already on them. They're already fucking immune to whatever the fuck the mosquitoes are doing to motherfuckers, whatever poisonous plant, they be immune to that shit because it was already in their fucking DNA or some shit. Somehow we passed down genetic.
That's wild, because I remember them one birds that eat some kind of leaves or fruit, and it make they feathers like poisonous and shit, because the plant is poisonous.
The environment modifies you, yo. You gotta adapt. That's what makes it seem too like, the rabbit hole of humans even being from here. It's like, the whole cooking food and stuff like that is what you have to do in an alien environment when you don't know your surroundings. You can't just walk around eating stuff like an animal, just picking whatever the fucking put it in your mouth, because you're not from that environment. You have to boil, burn, and do things so that you could eat it. So it's like that makes it seem more and more you research that makes it seem like we're not from here, like we're alien to this shit, that we have to filter stuff. We can't just drink out the lake. We can't just like the dog can, or like the animals can. We have to filter that shit. We have to do certain things, because if not, we go, you dead. You dead. But maybe, you have to slowly reintroduce that. Maybe we're so far removed also from environment that we become pets, like lab rats in the city. We become like animals that are grown in a pet shop that don't have environmental skills. The same animal from the wild, but you can't release this motherfucker to the wild. He's trash. He's a fucking pet shop animal, like just like us from the city.
Yeah,
You go somewhere,
you
Indians.
can't release them to the wild.
You take one of us from the city and drop us off with the Indians, drop us off with the Aboriginals. They're like, this motherfucker's trash. He can't do shit. He don't know how to do nothing. Like, what the fuck do you know how to do?
Now they'll learn, but if you just drop
What
them
do you
off
know about
somewhere,
the Indians?
if you drop them off somewhere by themselves, it's gonna be like on Survivor when the one lady, she went and they was like, oh, they found water, and she just went straight to the stream and drunk some and got hella sick. It was like, she's drinking the water. You gotta boil it first.
Oh man, that's just hella funny. Just like in Avatar, when he and the girl was like, "You're stupid. You sound like a baby. You're just making mad noise and fucking."
Yeah. Put that fire out. What you doing?
Yeah. Scared of the dark. Like, shut up, man, baby. Walk in the dark.
Yeah.
Man. Flashlight.
Yeah, everything we're doing inside is something just trying to replicate what's already going on outside. Bringing in lights, bringing in air, bringing in heat, or different plants, or trying to make inside like it is outside.
Yeah. Fire dome. Little bubble in the bubble, little square in the square. Oh man.
It's crazy because damn, man, I wonder. We the only one running around with these ideas and shit.
Which ones? You got
All
a bunch of them.
All of them. All of them. Animals
No,
don't be running around with that shit. They
man,
just do shit. But we do it all for survival too.
everything is, ain't it?
Man, mute your mic, cryo.
I think, I think, I think it's important to expand on shit. Like, man, like, come on, man. You know, like experience stuff, and you know what I mean. And a lot of people go through life and they think they're experiencing, and they ain't experienced nothing yet. Like, you feel me? There is
Yeah,
experiences to have.
it's weird because I don't think anybody's experience is too much from anybody else's. Because the you know the stuff we used to cry about when we was young is like not the same as what they cry about now, and it wasn't the same like before. Like our parents, what they cried about when they was young. It's like
Used to
I
get
don't
an
know
ass
people.
beat for not coming in the house. These motherfuckers got
Hell
to get their
yeah,
ass beat to get out.
to put them out the house. They leave 5 minutes later. They come back. You like nah.
Come on, man. This man shit to do, man. I was telling my boy the other day, I can't
That
believe,
shit do, but
I
it's
can't
still the
believe,
same hand stirring the pot, stirring
Yeah,
hey,
the stew.
yeah.
yo, man, when I was in sixth grade, right? We thought we was grown, right? So when I was in sixth grade and we thought we was grown, and we had to take school buses and shit to school, we was wild on the school buses. We was wild. My boy's sister, she used to punch people in the head when they was getting on the bus. Everybody come on the bus. She was punching. Yeah, she was wild. His sister was wild too. She's a tussler. So seeing funny shit like that, I was like, bro, I can't believe that these kids never experienced real life shit, real things in life. That, you know what I mean? They think they're tough. You ain't never seen a girl that'll punch you in the side of your head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that you don't respect. Like, you feel me? Like, they don't respect things. Like, you can't just talk to everybody some type of way. Some female might punch you right in your face. Like, so it's like, don't
Man,
talk to
female,
everybody like
them
this.
girls had more hands than we did.
Oh, hey,
I
yo.
seen a couple of dudes get beat up by girls. Had motherfuckers. I ain't fighting her.
Yo, too much energy, man, with all that nails and for swinging and wild and you unrestrainable. Like, come on, man, you wild and fucking with
But
Shoot, pull
her.
they,
your hair.
yeah, but they was
That's
strong
the least.
though. They,
Have you.
they was
Yo,
strong
but you
back
know,
then.
the thing is that,
Frequencies,
uh,
frequencies.
You know, True's weakness is getting his hair pulled.
what, man?
Navigate through, but it's just the freak.
No, well, like when girls fight, they pull on each other's weave and shit. I've seen that all the time.
Where?
At high school, when I was in high school, there was girls that would fight like once a week.
Oh, man.
So many frequencies, you know. Exactly. You gotta respect each radio station.
Yeah,
Man, man.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
you know what? What I was saying was that based on that, based on their experience in life, I can't believe that these kids, they done because of COVID and all that shit, they made all the city buses free. So you don't have to pay to get on the city buses. And these kids, I'm like, y'all man, they couldn't have did that for us in our era. In our era, if they would have made the city, yo, we would have had party, but we would have took over the bus. They would have changed they would have did something. Because we would have been on the bus. We ain't getting off. We're gonna just ride. You're gonna go through all the stops through the city, and we're gonna stay here, party busing this motherfucker, yo. Because these kids got free. Now you don't got to pay to get on the city buses. You don't got to pay to get on the Amtrak, like the trains from here to Boston. Certain things, no, because of COVID and all that shit, they just have people a way to get around. And now the city buses, they never put it back into play that you got to pay to get on the bus. So kids could go to school or do whatever they got to do, go all around the city. And I'm like, yo, in my era, man, we would have took over the bus and been in there 30 deep on the bus, laughing and fucking around and smoking bud. Like, shut up, bus. And just smoking and acting stupid.
We was like that anyway.
Yeah,
With
in the
half
school
the
bus,
bag.
it was like that. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So it's like, yo, the city bus?
Damn,
What? That big ass city bus? We would have been partying on that shit all
My
day
kids
long. Get
never
out the house,
rode-
man.
My kids never had to ride the school bus or the city bus.
We're
They
looking
don't
at
even
the
know
stars. What
that's
the stars
like.
looking at us? Or looking at
We
the
are
ground,
the
or
stars.
looking through the ground.
Are we in a jar with holes in the top?
The star that up there is
If
us
anything,
right
even
here.
look,
Every aspect of it, bro. That's it. I
every
don't even
aspect.
know. Every aspect of it, of that up there is us.
What if we're in a jar with holes?
Piercing is piercing throughout the whole 360. Huh?
Yeah, but it makes sense though. That's how come you can read the stars and
Well, you
look at
notice
your
what we're
sign.
doing? We focusing in one direction, not individually. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
We only looking up.
yeah,
We gotta have that 360 too.
yeah. Up don't exist. Ain't no up and no down.
Get up on the building then.
It's just now.
Pretty much, you gotta
Yeah,
get there
jump off a
somewhere without
rooftop and
moving.
see if you can fly.
You gotta get on top of the building without moving. That's all.
I
You
ain't
know what's
getting
crazy too?
I ain't
That's
getting
even
up there because I'm scared of heights anyway.
even that way would be somewhere high. Have something you could climb. Like you have to climb it. Like then you'll know. Not no regular walk through this door, get in the elevator, come out over here. Nah. You can climb this motherfucking tree. Yo, oh, you heard that story of Paul Stamets that he climbed the tree. He didn't know about mushroom dose. So his first time he took shrooms, he had an ounce. They gave him a bag of shrooms. He had a whole ounce. So he just ate it. And as he ate the whole bag, he was walking around eating the shrooms as he went. And then he climbed up in a tree because he was feeling groovy. The tree felt dope. He was talking to the tree, hugging it. Climbed up in the tree, and all of a sudden, the fucking heard the thunderstorm coming, clapping, and making all that, and the fucking gray clouds forming in the street. Started raining, and it came towards him. And as it's coming towards him, then he realized, like, what if the tree gets struck by lightning?
Yeah.
And he just held on
Words
to the
paint
tree.
pictures in the dark. You just gotta pay attention to the pictures. That's the words paint and see where it takes you without changing. Keep going, bro.
Yeah, he hugged the tree tight, and he used to stutter, and he was always stuttering. And he was embarrassed to talk to people, and as he hugged the tree mat tight, and the storm was coming, and the rain was pouring, and he was tripping balls, and he couldn't climb down, he couldn't do shit. He just hugged the tree mat tight. He said, "Stop stuttering, stop stuttering, stop stuttering, stop stuttering." He probably said it a million times, or whatever. How many times he said it, you don't know. But when he came off that tree, and the trip went away, that motherfucker wasn't stuttering no more.
I remember that. I see that story.
Mm-hmm.
In the light.
But that's how deep. That's how deep you'll go, like within yourself, which is hella trippy. Cause man, you'll say you like especially if it's something that you focused on, you will look at that shit from every like 360, like Jamaica say. You'll look at everything from the 360. There's nothing that you won't look at from the 360. You won't be able to look at it from one angle. It'll be impossible.
You know what?
Past, no present, no future. It's just one time.
You know what old people used to say to
Seen
motherfuckers?
it all.
They used to say,
Yeah.
"Get a hold of yourself."
Yeah.
That's what Paul
The body
Stamets did.
do its thing, you know.
He got a hold of himself up there. Stop
Body
stuttering.
gotta go.
You gotta
Man,
stop
that's
stuttering.
why when it's like when even on the low doses, I understand what you said about Kalindi when he said, you know, like you take this much, you'll be able to see the pain come to life. You take this much, you'll go into the pain. Man,
Yep.
you can become whatever you looking at easily.
Yeah.
Like you can become it no matter what it is.
Yep.
And
That's what I was just trying to say. Words paint pictures in the dark.
yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm just keeping my eyes closed. But once you're on that level, as like Ozo talking, so I don't need to pay attention. I'm just trying to see what's gonna be in the end. So when he just got done talking, the whole shit lit up behind my eyelids, like it's just blue light. So the story to the person when they eat the mushrooms, where you would say after the whole tree situation or whatever you were seeing, I guess they seen the light. But yeah, man, you know, in the dark, words paint pictures, bro. You just gotta flow with it.
Hell yeah. I seen some amazing shit that they showed with being in a dark space. And, you know, Kalindi, too, also spoke on that he could never make it the extremely dark enough that because he felt the psychedelics make you be able to see in the dark triple black darkness, so he couldn't make it dark enough, and he felt that maybe he
True
said
just said the right word. He said paint. So it's like you're in the dark and you just picture a black wall and you just have a bucket of paint and you just throwing it on the damn wall. Just
yeah, no doubt, but what I'm saying is like
anybody speak.
in a room that you know, you got your eyes, like I found that I've had better when I could open my eyes or close them, and it wasn't no switch, it was no difference. The room was so dark that whether I closed my eyes, open them, it didn't matter. It was dark. I had the illest, the best visual trips ever. And this dude Killini was saying that he felt that the big giant sarcophagi that they said that were for bulls that were inside of the pyramid, he said that wasn't for no. They never found mummies or any bodies inside of no pyramids either. So what they he said those sarcophagi, those giant ones, for humans to get in there and trip, and when you're in the trip state, and it's the triple black darkness within the tomb, the darkness within that thick ass, it was like marble. I don't know what the fuck this metal, I mean this stone was so thick, the sarcophagus, that when you get in there, you're in the triple black stages of who knows, a portal, who knows what it was, you know what I mean? And the shape of the pyramid, and all that other stuff they talk about. You know, Charles tries to use it too, incorporate that into some shits he does using that pyramid stuff to grow shrooms and all that. Like, does something. I don't know what it is, but I feel that, you know, the darkness is the painting. The mind allows the
Yeah, I
mind.
can tell you all about it later on after my device come through.
No bull.
I'm like a old portal. Y'all don't even know. Just wait.
Oh
You just
man,
gotta catch me on the right time.
no doubt. That's the dope shit too, man. For you to continue to do these things that you do, and that's your own fucking around finding out. And when you feel the need to come bring us the flames you found, it's like amazing. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. When you feel like expressing, like, yo, bro, listen to this, man. And it's like, oh shit. No one else could could do that. You feel me? But you, but
Dissecting.
Booker, but the person who goes and sees. You feel me? There's no interpretation for nothing that anybody says. It's only how you because you're already
It's
interpreting.
only making the step. It's only just doing it. Doing it the right way and you in it. Doing it and you in it. Doing it and you in it.
Oh man.
The one you in it. The one you in it.
Sheesh. That's amazing shit for motherfuckers to figure.
Universe.
I wonder how they figured out to take the sapo, to take not the sapo, well that too, but I know that one was easy, the sapo, but the frog, the bufo, that one I was like, damn, how did they figure out to
Oh
take?
no, bro. Let me ask y'all something. Hey, Ozo.
Mhm.
Let me ask you something, bro, because I know I ain't different or true. All these questions. Who are you when you go out there? Because who are you? You know who you are, right? Like when you go out there with all this stuff, who are you? What do you find yourself doing? You just taking for a ride or something? Or you running the show or what?
Nah, I'm just there for the ride, whatever they present me. I don't ask nothing. I
So
just watch.
okay, so there's a they that okay, got you. The
Yeah,
same thing for you, true? They probably not here.
No, I'm here. Say
Okay.
that again. Say I was here. I just was.
So what do you find yourself? So Ozo just said when he goes on when he gets in that core, or whenever we have a good, successful trip, as somebody else might say. What do you do? Are you being taken for a ride? You being shown something? Or are you doing the things? Like, what's up? What type of view you get?
I always
What
feel like
angle
I'm
you
being.
on? What angel you at?
I'm
What
always.
angel?
I always feel like I'm like it's telling me something. It's giving me
It's
something.
telling you so. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always feel like that.
see, that's why it's important to have motherfuckers like this dude in here and different people that work like Kat and Kate and
Yeah,
all.
yeah, 'cause you kind of get to see,
Yeah,
like, because sometimes you might be thinking, like, hold up, everybody might be having the same shit, but if you ask, you will realize it's not the same as much as it's the same,
no, but no
you know?
doubt.
It's
No,
different angles, different
I
angels. Like,
said that too. Let me like narrow it down. Like it's like a few times specifically, it was a whole narration going on that I was just amazed at and being able to wonder at how is this so like a like I don't know, man. Like I was on a for no reason. I'm attached to like an example. How am I supposed to interpret this? Right? I'm sitting down, and all of a sudden I close my eyes, and it was when I'm this is how um activated it was. When I took it, I started seeing everything, the swirly stuff happening around the wall. Little things was wiggling. The patterns, wherever there was patterns, they was wiggling. So I sat back on the chair and I closed my eyes. When I closed my eyes, I seen movement in front of me, like if I was moving forward, and I looked down and I could see train tracks, like if I'm sitting inside of a box car and the box car's moving, and as it's moving, I could turn my head with my eyes closed and I could look left and I could look right and I could see the scene in front of me, and I'm following and I'm looking at the box car going forward, and I follow and as it's approaching, it looks like a gate. As I'm approaching a gate, and as I'm getting to the gate, I'm looking at the wall, and I'm just absorbing,
yeah, you're in hyperdrive. You're going through
yeah,
that little thing. Yeah.
yeah, and the crazy thing is, and I'm watching as the
But
gates
who are
approach.
you when you get out of that?
No, I was just inside of this box car. I couldn't see my arms. I couldn't see anything. I was just observing. So I'm looking at this gate coming, and as it's approaching, I'm looking at this wall that's beside the gates. That the wall's full of hieroglyphs, and I'm looking at all these hieroglyphs as I'm getting closer and closer. I'm looking at the hieroglyphs, and as I get closer, why does it appear to me that the hieroglyphs, as I got real close before I went through the gate, I was finally locked in. I could see them. They were made out of reptiles in different positions making the letters. There was like lizards, iguanas, different type of reptiles in positions that look like words. From far away, they look like
Don't worry about that.
as I got closer, it was different geckos and chameleons and frogs and different things that were making words. And I went through this gate. And when I went through this gate, I'm looking around and I could see where I'm going. Like, and then I open my eyes and I'm sitting here, not moving, nothing. And I close my eyes again and I'm still rolling forward like
Still
a
there, yup. Yeah.
projection screen. So it's like all I could do is come back and then use this whack language to describe what I seen.
He said this whack language.
Yeah, that's what I could do,
Pretty
man.
much, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what it is? Hey, this whack language, you got to use the whack language to X out the true language. That's what's happening. You came back here and you use this whack language to cover, throw dust back on your body, bury
My
yourself back
bad, I'm
under the
just
ground.
seeing the chat.
Man.
Hold on, we live?
Yeah, we been live, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we been
Okay,
live.
okay.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Man, that is I've never had an experience that I could control anything. I've only been able to control myself in the experience, which was to
What you
me
mean when you say control anything? You mean outside of the thing, like in your room? That's what you're talking about, or inside?
no, like I never felt any control at all. I just felt like shit was happening and I was able to witness it. Like holy shit,
All right,
y'all.
but true, you felt control before or no?
Yeah, I felt control a few times.
A few times, okay.
A few times, but I never tried to really even take control.
Yeah, you just
I
try to
tried,
go along, just let it
yeah,
go
I
and
kind of
flow.
let it
Yeah.
just flow the way it's gonna flow.
Mhm. Like I said, the only control I felt like of myself was I was able to brush things off, like to move past things. If I was trapped somewhere, or if I felt like something was pressing on me, I'd be like, "Get up out of here!" Like, and I'll be able to move it out the way. Like that's the only control of myself. But besides, what was happening. Like it was no me changing it either. Like it was just I was able to just witness. Like you know what I mean? I always feel like behind the scenes. A few times I felt like a lot of behind the scenes shit. Like I was able to
Yeah,
get
I felt.
access to things that you know what to me is always strange is that little piece of me that I'm trying to find when I go in there of how is it that I'm able to still in this astral form in this other place still ask questions, still wonder, still have my connections to the real world where I came from. Like how is this possible? Not just
How is it possible? It's possible because
yeah,
this ain't possible, and you're making it possible right now because you in both places at the same damn time, as you already know. You know what I mean? But it's just as I said, when you came back here and you use this bullshit language, you kind of bury yourself back under the dirt. So you got to dig yourself back up and resurrect again and again and again and again.
Well, what I'm saying is like, why would, like, if I'm tripping, right, and I'm let's say I'm tripping. Give an example of a regular some cartoon that people think of. Like, let's say I'm tripping, I'm underwater, and I'm swimming around inside of the house, like in a dream. Like, why wouldn't I think that's normal? You know what I'm saying? If I'm tripping and I'm out of my body and I'm dreaming, why wouldn't I just go with the flow? Nah, with the shrooms, I'm able to question and be like, what is this? How is this possible? What
Yeah.
how can I breathe underwater? What the fuck is this water? Is this water? Where am I? Like, and it's like it gives you that
Well, this is how water is made.
that spark of question of light of independent besides of being shown stuff. I would like, and no matter what I was being shown, no matter what path that was placed on me or thing I was thrown into when I was on shrooms, there was always me able to think in the situation, like think. And even if I didn't have no arms, legs, if I was eyeballs or whatever fucking air with eyeballs in it, whatever I was still able to contemplate, think, wonder, and question, and still, you know,
That's the beauty of it.
yeah. That was
You
the
could be a little eyeball.
sometimes it depends on I guess the experience. And I've been able to take, I don't even know how many times I've tripped already, so many that I feel that I forget more than was able to remember of trips sometimes, like, so that I like taking new ones and having experiences and
It
having them
seems
clean.
like you always are who you are. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
pretty much, if you're the king, you're the king at all times. You know what I mean? If you're the queen, you're the queen at all times. If you're this certain spirit, you're that spirit. No matter what life you end up living, you go
yeah.
back to who you are, what you are, your role on the hierarchy ladder, if that's such a thing or whatever the fuck.
Hmm.
God is here, the devil's here, everybody here all at the same time.
You know how we get a
I
story,
mean,
right? Like,
it's just
you know,
one big box.
you know how there's like stories and it gives you the arc of the story that you read it and you figure, like, you get the story, you get, shit happens, the plot thickens, the plot, shit happens, shit unravels. It seems like, uh I don't know, man, like, lost it, man. I was just gonna say something to you that was so
Yeah,
deep.
man, you just gotta shake that box up again and remember everything inside the box where he was at again.
Oh man, sheesh, man.
Roll the dice.
Yeah,
All
it
the
just
stories.
have since I got into an accident, I have had issues with my mind. Like, been able, my mind is a little fractured now. Like, if sometimes I
Okay, nah, bro.
face, and then it's like it just
Your
the
mind,
strength.
but I do that shit all the time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't like
yeah. No doubt, no doubt. It happens. People forget stuff, but I mean, what the blank state,
Yeah,
I've
but
never.
what I was saying is everybody is here. Like, there's nothing to look for. You're maker here, you're this here, you're that there. Everything's here. You know what I mean? Like, know,
Mhm.
you just it's just that everybody ain't gonna tell you who's who, and some people will tell you who they are. And because you're looking for to be something else,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
always expecting something else, but there
Yo,
is nothing else.
There is
I, I,
nothing else.
I was saying
But
this, right? When you
you
read a
create a
book,
gang of something else though.
listen to this
Yeah,
book,
you
right?
can always create in this verse. You can create anything, so there's always
Anything.
gonna be a gang of
Yeah.
something else.
Always.
But you
That's
just gotta remember, everybody is here right now. There is nobody coming. We all here.
this is us.
What's crazy is, right, I didn't ask the shrooms nothing, and I didn't wonder about certain things that they just taught me lessons that I was like, damn, like, I didn't ask about what happens when we die. I didn't ask about if we live forever, but I took the one time or a few times I've taken shrooms that one time that blew my mind, that I kept going through stuff, and it wasn't just a random death. It was like I went through mad obstacles that I had to figure out a lesson, and I would die somehow, and I wasn't always a human, but I died so many times, and when I came out of that, it made me reflect on this life. Like, yo, when we die, we start over somewhere else. We don't die. We're immortal. Like there was nothing
Yeah.
that could kill me. It made me think about stuff like in the trip space. Like there was no entity that I could sell my soul to, or none of that. I was infinite.
That's one of the first things it shows you when you start. You know, it make you die a whole bunch of things. Just make you get over that part. All right. So fuck what these motherfuckers saying. Now you know. Now go on stage 2.
Yo, it just made me realize the funniness of certain things too. Like there's no such thing as selling your soul to nothing. What, are they gonna borrow you for a little while because you're still gonna transition after the end of that?
Like even the Illuminati, you just mentioned selling your soul. The Illuminati, you could create the Illuminati. It's just a tool. You know, ain't no Illuminati. You know, selling no soul. You could program that shit if you want, or make it real if you want, I should say. But that's all bullshit. Like even the shit that Cat William talking about, like saying that all those comedians is in a certain clique, like a cabal or whatever. It's not like there's a demonic goat head over them. You know, it's just that they decided to click up. Like if we decide to click up and we look out for each other, you know. But then we throw the esoteric reality on top of it, and then it distract the public because they looking for something different. They don't understand the shit, and then the whole shit blow up on the internet just to let us know we the future.
Yeah, and it's weird that they don't see it because it's like we click up and we make our own. Look, the conscious community, this community, the Islam community, the Christian community, we do the same shit, clicking the same ways. So it ain't hard to see. But the mushrooms are opening it up for you. Yeah, exactly. That's just what it is. And this is exactly it.
There is nothing more to it. You could just continue stirring the pot. You just keep stirring. Drink your soup.
Yeah.
Or drink your tea.
Drink your tea. Or your coffee.
Or your coffee. Yeah, man, like, just let it be, bro. I mean, all gonna see what's up. You see, until your body goes, keep killing shit, right? Yeah.
Because everything I said, man, none of this shit is out of place. It can't be out of place. Everything.
It's just that when you're at a certain stage, everybody try to hang on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we trying to hang on. Like we don't want to leave nothing behind. Like we don't want to be left out. That's why there's so much spookism behind death. You know, if you remember when you're younger, you used to be okay with death. You'd be like, all right, well, if everybody dies at the same time, then it's cool.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
But they do.
Jim Jones.
Everybody die at the same time. And that time is when you decide to die. Everybody going with you. Your version of everybody is going with you.
For real. And that's the truth. Your version of everybody going with you.
Yeah, your version of the world will leave with you.
What remains of them didn't exist to you.
Yeah.
Where's Just Ty at, yo? Where's All right, man? He's coming through with some fire for the people. You better come through with some flames, guys. That fresh trip off the skillet. Those are the ill ones, man. When Sangzu come in here with some fresh off the skillet DMT shit, or when I remember when Piano Key was motherfucker every day doing craziness, man. God damn. Just Ty though, he has so much available to him right now, and with a strong ass strain like that, like he does. That's what I'm saying. His Discord's gone. His YouTube channel's shut down.
Oh shit! You
Nah,
see,
just-
this is all right.
oh man, Book, he disappeared on us. I'm always gonna be laughing at shit like that. I'm just fucking around. I know he's a little shaman in the making, man. He been doing this game.
Yeah.
He gonna have
been
fun.
doing it
He gonna have
for a
fun.
minute.
He already there. He already there.
Sure.
Yeah. Some people gotta catch up.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
already there. No matter what he going through or what the time is on his watch.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
motherfucker already there.
yeah. We've been talking about trips for years. For
Yeah.
years, he's been there.
That's
You
crazy.
know
that's
why he
crazy.
there? Cause he light.
Now,
He keep it light as a fella,
you know what's crazy though, right? That's
but
crazy.
still
Hey, Book,
heavy.
we know too, because Ty has given us some amazing stories of trips and stuff like that. So imagine now, this is the first time he's ever had access like this, though, on this level. So it's like, oh damn, you done fuck, they done let the shaman find the grow patch.
and they
Come
nature
on.
grown.
Nature done hit him with the Smurf village, be like, huh?
Man.
The whole Smurf village appeared to him. He's out of here.
Yeah, he done found the Smurfs.
Yeah, that's
He
amazing.
found
Man.
the Smurfs. He don't even know. He put him there for himself a long time ago.
Man, this year's already interesting as hell. Starting off with stuff happening, like I got shit popping off. Soon I'm gonna have the shrooms back again. I gotta get my yearly dose of trips happening again. All that. He's already ahead of the game with that much available. He's gonna have arsenal for the year for tripping for stories.
Damn, how much he find?
He found
God damn.
I found a pound or more.
Man.
Probably a pound or more. Because he kept harvesting and harvesting. He was harvested a whole bunch of bags. Then he was on here with the camera on, and he harvested a few more ounces, and he continued to harvest, and he was going from spot to spot. Continuing. He's like, dang, I ain't got no more bags. Fuck it, I'm gonna fill my shirt. Fill the shirt.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he's out of here.
I said the universe just slipped him a Mickey.
Yeah.
The universe just slipped him a Mickey, man.
For sure.
He found the mother load.
Yeah, man. Beautiful thing, man. Only videos like that, Paul Stamets and Alan Watts and all them talking about that stuff, man. Talking about finding big patches like that. You know what I mean? There ain't too many videos of patches like that.
But yeah, man, it's only a few souls on the planet. I mean, you could pretty much look at people and know what they represent already. You know what I mean?
You know what's fire? I guided 3 people without being there with them on the phone. Like, yo, remember Ark book?
Yeah.
Ark was like, I ain't never found no shrooms around. Like, and I was like, bro, he found all kinds of shrooms, but he never found the psychedelic joints. And I was like, bro, where's the farm at? He was like, oh, there's a lot of farms. I was like, nah, fuck that, all them farms. He was like, do you know a farm that has a big, like a mohawk of trees or bushes in the middle of the fucking acre where the cows could go hide from the sun? He was like, oh yeah, I know a spot like that. He was like, matter of fact, my neighbor's got a big ass patch like that in the middle. I was like, go over there. And he walked over there, and I was like, you see where the bush line is at? Because he showed me he was on FaceTime. And I was like, you see that bush line right there? I was like, go to that bush line. The cows be over there? He was like, yeah. I was like, that's where they're going to be at. And he was like, it rained not too long ago. He walked over there, found massive amounts of 2 different types of shroom. He found the regular, Psilocybe cubensis, who knows what species it was. And then he found Pinellius cubensis also in the same patches. He found both strains. I was like, bro. He was like, that's crazy. And I was like, yo, it's all about finding the habitat wherever you at, whatever. You just know the habitat, you'll find them. Yeah, and so I was telling Ty for years, bro, they're in your neighborhood, bro. Just go to the neighbor, go to wherever they got wood chips and they got bushes. And wherever there's bushes and wood chips, man, you good. Wait till it rains, go over there. And he was like, yeah, I know. And now finally he did it and found that shit. He was like, wow, he got the megalo right in his neighborhood. And I was like, bro, recolonize, take some of the wood chips you find with the mycelium on it, collect that while you clean the shroom. That's why when he was harvesting, he was taking the whole chunk of mycelium. He was taking the whole The whole half o poof out the ground with the mycelium and everything. So he kept on collecting that. I told him take all that mycelium with the wood chips and recolonize it together and make a new batch and put that shit in your backyard or somewhere. Plant that bitch somewhere and make that shit give you flushes, man. I was like, if you with it like that, I'll come at night and take the bushes, right out the ground and remove that big bush that was hiding them and took the whole ball of mycelium and all that shit right to my backyard and plant that bitch.
Yeah, he was trying to grow them. I think he did grow them in the yard, or he
Mm.
tried.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's wild though, man. Theo be finding the gang of the Amanitas though.
yeah, for sure. And the meters, you gotta need to filter those motherfuckers to get the tryptamine. The shamans figured out that they would make Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and feed them and the meters until the reindeer was for days. They wouldn't even feed the reindeer nothing but buckets of amanita, and the reindeer would be drunk off of the amanita, and they would just collect the urine from the deer because the urine is already went through the liver and it's took the poison out of the amanita, and now it's pure amanita in his pee because they ain't giving them nothing but um that broom and water. That's all he's getting. He ain't eating nothing else. And for a day or two, they give him that shit, yo. And then they tie a gourd to his fucking joint, and they as he pees, it fills the gourd, and they fucking collect that shit, and that's the fucking tryptamine that they use to trip balls off of the that's what Santa Claus and them use
Man,
to fly the reindeers.
I ain't drinking no reindeer pee. I don't give a.
Nah, but this is the trip hole, right? This is the whole rabbit hole of that is that's exactly what the shamans used to do, and that the motherfucking Catholic Church, they did it in a different way. They used the amanita. What they did was they gave it to children, and then they would drink the children's piss.
Oh no, man.
Mm-hmm. And they would drink that because the children's bodies was clean. To clean that shit was easier. Like it was crazy, yo. The whole fucking process.
Told y'all there's something with that piss.
Mm-hmm. It's because the body takes, the deer is pure, is tryptamine coming out. You know what I mean? The pure, the part that gives you the high. Like you know what I mean? It's like taking psychedelics instead of making it's like pure psilocin instead of psilocybin. It's pure psilocin. That whatever's coming out of the deer's pee is urine, but it's mostly the magic mushroom. That's all he's peeing out.
Just thinking of that make my stomach hurt.
Hell
I ain't
yeah,
doing it.
I
yeah.
don't know about any other creature. I'm talking about the own thing that you create. That's why your body got to flow right. So when you monitor your own piss. I don't know about
I
other
ain't
creatures.
drinking my own either.
Yeah, me either.
We ain't talking about drinking.
Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't know nothing
drinking.
about that.
That's what they was doing.
I
Drink.
know a few people that do that shit, but
I do too.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
do.
that's out of pocket, right?
Remember, what's his name that used to come here to the channel? That's what he used to
Who?
talk about. I forgot his name. He was from Canada, though.
Who? That what?
The one dude, he used to come through here. I still got
From
him on
when?
Instagram. He from Canada, and he used to say the drinking pee thing.
Big Chill?
Nah, it wasn't Big Chill, though. It wasn't Big Chill.
Who else is from Canada?
I forgot his name. Because he ain't
Oh,
been
I
here
don't
in a
remember.
while.
I don't even do it. I know for a fact from out there is Big Chill.
Nah, it'd be a few of them on here from Canada. They just scared of Big
Was
Chill.
it
So.
was it the Wanking Wizard man? Was it Justin?
Nah, it wasn't Justin. I forgot dude's name though. I will not be able to find it. I will have to look into my Instagram.
Yeah. Nah, man. I'm not doing that, man. I'm all set.
I mean, if you can drink it, that
Oh,
means you can just let it touch your skin. To
Dre.
go in some way.
His name was Dustin
Drink.
Dre. DSUN Dre. He used to, yeah.
The only way I see a motherfucker doing that is out of desperate measures. If you're in a desert with no water, Like that's the only way I see a motherfucker even taking those steps to do something crazy like that. Because if not, I ain't never gonna do no shit like that. I don't care what it does.
Yeah, they say it
I mean, what
holds
would be
a
the
lot
point
of
of it,
minerals.
though?
They say it holds it because you pee out a lot of your minerals in. It's supposed to
Nah,
be
still would be in the.
healthy.
So if you're in the desert or some shit, you're
Yeah,
stranded in the time, then I'll definitely make use of
yeah.
it
If I'm in
then.
the desert, I'm dying.
You
I'm
know what I
down.
mean? Like if I need to stay warm, I got some hot piss in me.
Dang, that's out of control. It's still out of control. That's a tactic that's taking it too far. Like, god damn. But yeah, shit. Besides that, I would never do that.
But for something psychedelic, hell no. I don't need that for that. Not for psychedelic stuff.
Yeah, they were bugging out. They were doing that because it was out there in Russia and the Caucasus Mountains and all that shit, where it's snow, permafrost, and all that shit. They got no other way to get psychedelic shit, so they get it from that. And they motherfuckers was using the goddamn deer to get the pure.
Because
Because the
urine
thing that
contains
the deer
waste
piss out pure
products.
tryptamine. That's why they use the piss, because it's right cut to the chase. Boom, pure tryptamine comes out of this pee. Mm-hmm.
Alabama. But no, I say because urine contains waste products, drinking it can force your kidneys to work harder or expose you to unnecessary toxins. Man, it ain't good to drink piss. This could cause illness, electrolyte disturbances, or kidney damage. The salt content of urine means drinking it could cause dehydration. Man, they be lying, and then people will try this and be
Urine
doing
is sterile. It's not gonna
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Smells sterile. Sure does. Go to an
So
outhouse.
which
Drink that.
animal
There
in
go.
the
See,
wild
there go
drink their
Dustin
own
right
piss?
there. Drake, we was just talking about you. I know that was you. Remember the drinking?
I know it's him
thing?
drinking
It's
piss
not
in the
healthy.
fucking urinal.
Which
Talk about it.
animal in the
Sterile.
wild drink their own
Courtney
piss?
said, I
Sterile.
heard
This
urine
urinal water
therapy
sterile.
actually being very healing. I have heard urine therapy actually being very healing. I'll be throwing up. Never do it, but I've watched a lot of people swear by this. Yeah, they is crazy.
Some people like yellow snow.
Do not
They
drink
said that those deers,
snow.
if you're tripping on the Alameda, the deer they be fiending for the tryptamine that if you're outside pissing, that the
Was
deer
that
would
you,
knock a
Dre?
motherfucker over to go eat the snow where a motherfucker peed at.
I'm really not doing that.
No, thank you. No,
Just
thank you.
the smell gonna make me Earl.
I ain't never smelled deer piss, but I'm sure it smells like piss. That would be amazing if it doesn't smell like anything. Like, what the fuck is this, beer? What is this?
I think it's healing in any type of therapy.
They'll be like, it's beer. Holy shit.
He says that's what it's gonna look like, beer.
Yeah, it's beer. This is and out of a horn too. You drink it. Drinking out of a horn. This is beer. That's probably why the Vikings went on rampage taking heads off, bro. They were drinking that deer piss with Alameda in it, and that shit gives you.
To say,
Yeah,
if nothing into the drinking of the piss, them Catholics would have been doing it.
they've been doing. They drink it from the kids. There's statues over there by the Vatican with collecting pee from the kids peeing. Like there's a bunch of shit like.
Oh hell no!
Fuck yeah. There's a whole bunch of shit like that. A whole bunch of pictures and depictions of motherfuckers collecting the pee from the boys.
No, that's perverted. That's what
It is.
that
So the fuck is.
That's perversion at its finest.
Mm-hmm. That's what they was doing at its finest.
That's perversion at its finest.
It's crazy how it don't even matter. Like, remember I told you, Book, that this is me tripping. You know, you can't believe everything you hear in the trip report or nothing. Like for the aliens, that anything that says something to you, it goes with a grain of salt. But I remember the trip that I seen the tiny aliens and little UFOs that look like fireflies and what's that called? Those little lights that people see that are orbs, the orbs. So anyways, I seen the fucking UFOs. They showed me that they came from somewhere in the jungle. That this whole city that it was like the size of a car or some shit, like a little city, a micro city, and the UFOs coming and going from that shit. Little orbs and stuff, little different sizes too, different size UFO ships and shit. And I was mind blown by seeing this shit, and I was like Gargamel coming out the bushes, looking at the city, like what the fuck, yo. And the whole thing was that the aliens, like they showed me, they told me like it doesn't matter. Because I asked, because this is the crazy thing about the shrooms, like it doesn't matter. I'm just an observer. I'm observing whatever. But during the observation of whatever the fuck I'm being presented, I always ask questions. I'll be like, what the fuck? Oh, what is this? What the hell? So it's like, the crazy shit is that I said, what if humans see this shit? Like, what the fuck are how nobody found this? And the first thing they showed me was that they could dismantle the entire city within seconds and re-put it somewhere else where humans never even set foot before. And they told me that it doesn't matter if humans see it because we don't believe each other. Anyways. So I was like, what? That's crazy, yo. And as simple as that. We don't believe each other about shit, yo. We just don't, you know what I mean? They look at you like you crazy. You talking about it was a whole city with little motherfucking ant motherfuckers. Yeah, all right.
Hey, like go back and you've been watching Horton Hears a Who too much.
Yeah.
What if there's a whole universe inside of this single flower? Let me put it up to my ear and hear what's going on.
Huh. We are here.
Mhm.
We are here. That's
Yeah.
us.
That's just crazy, man. How can they have all this information like that shows you stuff like that? That's amazing to me that we could see stuff like this. And then it's like we tell each other this shit, but it's like how, like, these are just ideas, like let's say the psychedelics give you a randomized custom images and stuff for you to witness and see, but how can that be if they make movies of shit like this? And it's like they didn't have the same trip we had, and it's like some of these things is like you have no connection. It's like, how the fuck, man? Like, that's crazy, man. Get out of here, go.
That's how I was with that watching that damn little cartoon my grandson was watching. I'm like, bruh, how Thomas the Train looked like the gesture on the DMT gesture? Got the same teeth and everything.
Oh no, that's funny, bro.
But I think you don't like after taking psychedelics a little, you know, for so long, like you still see the little fractal designs you see when you just like looking at certain shit and you blink here and there.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like when I get sleepy now, like as soon as I get tired and I get sleepy, I start to see my dreams. Like I see dreams that I had before. It's like fucking trippy as shit.
Man, I think that's amazing that motherfuckers could take a certain amount of mushrooms or DMT or whatever and just fall back. I think the shrooms, to me, I enjoy the length of the time that you're gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to get in that state of mind and go lay down and zone out and just let it unfold. You know what I'm saying? No control, I let go of you know what I mean? Jesus, take the wheel. Hey, just go in, man. And whatever turn happens, man. Whatever obstacle I gotta overcome, challenges I might meet, I just face them. You feel me? Just face all of it. You know what I mean? And then once you get to that point that you fortified or you done faced a bunch of shit, there's nothing else to face. Now you just exploratory like a motherfucker. Like makes shit amazing to me. Like that's just crazy to see stuff like wondering stuff. Just experience it, even if it's a self. Every it's always a lesson, some type of lesson or something, man. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just an experience of just I was gone, man. I was floating. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, it can take you so many different places. And sometimes I go, dang, man, I don't, I be wanting to feel like these places don't exist, I think. But it's like, how not, bro? Like, how not? Like, where they're existing that is like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me post the Discord.
Post what?
Oh, the Discord.
Somebody want to say something, man?
Yeah.
Let's hear some new trip reports, man. Where's Ty at, yo?
I probably ain't had the time to even go.
Yeah, no, it's the week. Until the weekend comes, then we'll see what's up. Because it's only Tuesday. Let's see. Unless he can't hold back no more, and the shrooms keep talking to him, whispering like, "Take the goo, take the goo."
What percentage of your trips do you have? Do you? What percentage of your trips do you take for face value? Chat and Cord. Man.
I think, right? I think all of them.
Yeah, I think all
Yeah,
of
I
them
would say
too.
all of them.
I take them off of face value.
Yay! I won't be the new person anymore.
You still the new person.
It's all damn.
Trey been here before. He been here for years.
Man, years, man.
Yeah, for a long time.
How can they just transform a person's whole life like that, man? Make a person transform like that. It's so transformative, like, you know? That's amazing, man. Take somebody who makes somebody think about stuff that, rabbit holes open, I guess.
Yo,
Yeah.
what's good?
What's good with it, man? What you been up to?
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I moved to Europe.
Oh, damn. Wasn't you in Canada?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I got to take advantage of Canada, when they had legalized weed and people were just buying shrooms on online. So
Yeah.
like before I left Canada, I had like about a few months where I literally just did shrooms pretty much every 2 weeks because I was letting the tolerance come back and then I was doing it.
Dang. Do they even do shrooms in Europe?
Some places, like I'm pretty sure Amsterdam does shrooms.
Yeah,
A lot of people buy
Amsterdam.
their own grow kits, so they grow their own stuff, and they do it private.
Amsterdam's got truffles.
They got shrooms too.
Well, shrooms are illegal in Amsterdam, but the truffles aren't.
I thought they had but didn't they just do that?
Just do what?
Uh Made the
I'll look
shrooms
it up.
illegal.
The truffle's illegal.
I ain't going to Amsterdam for weed only. They better legalize that shit.
Yeah, the weed is legal. But I know they was
That's what I'm
tripping on
saying. I ain't
shrooms.
going for weed only.
Oh yeah. I want them truffles though. But now what it's
Them
been
people,
like over there in Europe though.
them people in Europe that have legal weed, they knew that the best weed came from Cali though. They could front all they want. They knew. Cali got the
Uh,
best world, man. Cali, the green emerald triangle, man. That's where the best weed in the world come from.
yeah, weed here is weird. It's like mad expensive. I've only had it once since I came here.
Probably trash.
Yeah.
They mix it with cigarettes, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta, because you can only buy small amounts because it's hella hard to bring it out in most places.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They roll spliffs
Oh,
like
but yeah,
that, like
so
ozone.
what I wanted to say is like I had a bunch of experiences with like different kinds because back in Canada you could like order on this website pretty much all of them, like any kind you wanted, and they were giving like discounts if you were buying more or whatever. Sometimes they were giving freebies, so I was just like getting like 3.5s of every kind and just trying them.
Yeah.
I had this crazy experience on Golden Teacher, man. Like I had zero visuals because I have a friend on IG who's an actual doctor. Like he's been a doctor for like more than 10 years, and he's like heavy into psychedelics. So it was weird because like it was synchronistic. When I was doing them, he was doing them at the same time, and like he was like posting his results on like things that you could do. And yeah, there's like one thing you could do is like just let the trip take over. But another thing that you could do is to completely fight the trip during the come up so that you like completely maintain control, and then you get zero visuals, but it's pretty much all like headspace, like I don't know, downloads or epiphanies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I had this one night where like I was just going through it. Like I had zero visuals. I had communication with my organs. Like I was literally having a conversation with each organ, and I was getting feedback from my organs, and they were like telling me, "Hey, yo, man, you need to stop doing this. Like I hate it when you do that. Like you need to hydrate better. You'll like stop eating fucking salty starches. Don't combine oils, stuff like that." Um, at one point I went outside on my balcony to smoke a joint because I needed to like ground myself. Like I even knew like, yo, that's one of the best ways to like ground yourself in the trip when you feel like you're dissociating. And literally the clouds looked like how in Lion King, you know, like they have like faces and shapes and whatever.
Yeah.
Like one cloud was like a giant frog just passing over me and looking at me and shit. And I was like getting this weird information in the back of my head that that frog was like some kind of like manager for this whole simulation that we're in or some shit like that. It was fucking trippy.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
and then later on in the experience, I had this like weird knowing that I had connected to some kind of like, I don't even know if I could say this here, like I don't, whatever, like a military psychic network, like an internet but for people who take psychedelics, but it's like controlled by a military or something. That's what I was getting when I was like connected to it.
Wow.
And like I was getting a bunch of information. Like at one point I had information about how like the mycelium that controls the entire world could literally modify each blade of grass that grows to produce a specific terpene or enzyme that would like selectively um, kill off any mammal it wants or any like animal that breathes that it wants. And it was even like telling me like if it wanted to at any point within a week, all humans could be gone off this entire world.
Dang.
Like I'm getting like weird like come up shaky, you know, like when you're shaking and like you get a come up on the trip. Like I'm getting a little bit of slightly that in my chest saying that right now. It's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing in the clouds, like I seen the clouds before, and like I've been through my body parts talking to my organs and shit. That shit is hella weird. Because it's like each organ is like its own entity. It's its own like living being.
Yeah, in esoteric literature they say that the archons that they talk about when they talk about like the demiurge and all that, like your ego is the demiurge and the archons are your organs.
Yeah. Yeah, God. Yeah, that is wild. I ain't read that. But that was like your most potent one before you left?
That's like the one that comes off the top of my head because like I did it a lot. And a few of them were like repetitive. Like I think I connected to that network about like 3 times, and I was like just getting random information on like animals and like the roles of plants.
So did you? Dang, bro.
Oh, I do remember at one point I had like this weird connection with this like I don't know what it was, like some kind of um I actually saw like glimpses of it. It was like this weird black dragon in the back of my head, like on some fantasy, like like the dragons in fantasy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it started having a conversation with me, and it was like hella condescending. It was like, man, what's wrong with you humans now? Your ancestors used to be like warriors. You could like high kick and like be all acrobatic. You can't even high kick, man. Let me see you do a high kick. And I did that shit, and he started laughing, and I was like, what the? Is this really going on? Like he even said like, man, work on yourself, and then he just left.
Dang. Dang. He said you can't
But
even
it
do a
was so
high kick.
realistic, dude. It was so realistic.
Nah, do be
Hey, have you
realistic.
guys ever had experiences with dragons in your trips?
Yeah. Yeah, I seen dragons many a times. Many times over. Like doing all kind of weird stuff. Like but the one time that I can like really remember is when I seen the dragons and they were coming at me. It was like one on each side, on the left and the right, and they would come at me, float towards me, which I seen them more than that. But this time, it was the gestures making the dragons. Like every time the dragons would come at me, they'll be real at first, and then they'll transform into like those paper dragons, the dragons that they be having in the parades, the Chinese parade, and then it'll go to like just the head, and then the head would just become like the octagon, like a stop sign, and then the gesture would be standing there holding it, like shaking it towards me, and then it'll disappear, and then it just the gesture will look at me and go like what, like you see me now, and then it'll run towards me and just start swallowing me over and over again. That shit happens so many times, bro. But them dragons be looking hella real. But how is Europe though?
It's slow. There's not much going on. It's just regular living.
Yeah, is it better than Canada?
Nah,
Oh
it's
wow.
cheaper. Way cheaper.
Canada
Like
pretty expensive.
in Canada, 70% of your pay could go to your rent and your living. In Europe, like 1/5 of your pay could go to your rent and your living.
What?
Yeah.
Dang. And where'd you start working at out there?
Oh, right now I'm working in tech. Like I can't actually say what I'm working in because I signed an NDA, but I'm working in like tech.
Man, that's cool. How old is you now?
33.
Okay, yeah. I thought you.
Yeah, when you said like you've been hosting this for a minute, it like kind of like catched up on me like damn, like for real, it's been quite a few years since you've been like doing this.
Yeah, it's been like 5, 6 years, something like that. But remember when you went into the drinking the pee thing?
Nah, man, what I said was in a few trip reports, some people were talking about how they were like drinking their pee to extend the trip and like get it more potent because they were like getting the advice from like shamans who were doing that with the deer stuff.
Oh, oh,
Because
okay.
I was really into reading trip reports for a while.
Oh, I thought you said you was. Are you? Yeah, you must. Yeah, okay. I thought you said you had partook in the drinking of the aftermath.
Oh no.
Whew, thank goodness for clearing that up. But I remember you was talking about it though a long time ago. That was years ago too.
So, woo.
Yeah, yeah. But that makes sense though. But I wouldn't try it, but it makes sense. Make a lot of sense. But I
I've
gotta.
heard.
you leave the urine out, the more potent it becomes. Like, you don't just drink it straight out of your body. Like, you have to leave it out for a while,
Yeah,
and it has certain health benefits.
that's what you did.
All I know is this: I worked in a pharmacy before leaving Canada, man. Yo, every product that's a skincare product or a scalp product is made with cow piss.
Dang.
Like if you're buying lotion, like cream, whatever, if you have acne lotion or like dandruff stuff, it's made with urine.
Oh no, man! I ain't putting
Does it
lotion on my
Red Bull
face.
have?
My dandruff shampoo better not be.
I think Red Bull has like.
That's taurine. That's made in the liver.
Oh, that's not urine.
No, that's extracted from the liver.
Yeah, I gotta go though, y'all. I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna holler next
Diarrhea.
time. Thanks, Dick
Yes,
South, for dropping by, man. It's been a long time since I heard your voice.
Yeah, man. You have a good one.
All right, yeah, y'all too. Thanks, everybody on YouTube out there for chiming in. You feel me? Don't be scared to jump in the Discord sometimes and chop it up.